This is Tim Gallagher of the Sioux City Journal with GPAC Commissioner Corey Westra. I'm in his office and I'm looking at a Hickory jersey and lots of Hickory High School books, posters, and he's just returned, he and his wife Ann, from a long, you want to keep the team photo out,
You bet.
Corey? Where did you guys just go?
We just got back from well, for me, a surprise weekend trip to Indiana, to Knightstown, which is where the gym that the Hickory Huskers played in the movie Hoosiers is located, and it is the 30th anniversary of the release this fall of the movie Hoosiers. And my wife surprised me last Thursday and said, we're leaving tomorrow morning and we're going to Indiana and we're going to a bunch of events around that. So we're just back.
So with the 30th anniversary, they showed the movie. Can I see the poster of the gym itself? It's in Knightstown, Indiana.
Correct.
And the gym, tip it up because I'm getting a little reflection. Perfect. The sideboards, the light coming through, the old. It still remains like that.
Yeah.
And
they have really unchanged the gym since it was selected as the filming location for Hoosiers back in that time. It was filmed in '85, actually. They went all over looking for gyms, and they really wanted to find one that resembled Milan out of Indiana, and that's what the story is based on, is the Milan Indians of 1954, a real team in Indiana that was one of the first small schools, like 160 students, to win a one-class state tournament. And that's what Indiana had through the 90s. And so that's the story, and Bobby Plump took the game-winning shot, and that's what the movie is loosely based on. Of course, it was made more Hollywood with the storylines and the like, but Knightstown's gym was vacated in the 60s. But the directors and the writers went there and they walked in and they said, this is it. So this was the filming location for Hickory's home games during the movie.
So you sat there Friday night. You drove all day, you and Ann, got there 15 minutes before the movie is showed. You watched the movie from the gymnasium, and then you got to meet several of the players.
Yes, we did.
I guess actors who were Hickory players.
Yep. Quite a few of them came back. Of course, Jimmy Chitwood, which is Morris Falanis, he came back, and he's been back to every reunion. I'll Make It.
Number 15.
He's, of course, the kid who was not on the team and then joined the team and all that. It was fun this weekend for everybody involved because Everett, which was Shooter, Dennis Hopper's kid in the movie, he came back for the first time. He lives in California. He was the only one of these, besides Gene Hackman, the only one of these that was actually an actor. And he was not really actually a very good basketball player, but he came back, and I think he really had a good time this weekend being back. This was kind of my favorite one. That is Brad Long. He played Buddy. Dentine, the one that got kicked out of practice. He's actually an NAIA, former student athlete. He was 23 when the movie was filmed. He had graduated from college at Southwestern in Kansas in the KCAC.
Where he had played basketball.
He played basketball. His dad played for Indiana. His dad's in the movie too. He was actually the coach of Linton during the regional final game. So they were both in the movie. But he actually has a son now that's at Taylor University, which is also an NAIA school. So we talked NAIA quite a bit this week, and he is a really nice guy there. Ollie, underhand Ollie, the worst player on the team, was back. Wade Shank. Ollie is about what you would think Ollie would be. He's kind of an Indiana farm kid. He was actually in high school when the movie came out. He was fun to listen to. This gentleman did not come back. This gentleman has passed away. He passed away back a few years ago. And then Strap, who was the pastor's kid, he did not come back. He has never been back. And then the final one was Whit. Brad Boyle is his name. He was there as well. He's very soft-spoken, but great guys, just so personable. And they would tell stories, and they had a really good time. There's an autograph session. We watched the movie Friday night. And then there was an autograph session on Saturday afternoon, and then we had a banquet for them and for the movie on Saturday night. So that was the weekend's festivities.
Why? You saw the movie when you were how old?
12. I was 12 when it premiered nationwide. That would have been February of 1987, so I was 12.
Okay. And you've watched it how many times since?
Hundreds.
Why has it stuck with you?
You know, I love basketball, first of all, and as I shared with you, as a former Iowa high school basketball player, there's a lot of what happens in this movie that you can relate to, for what it meant to be a high school basketball player in a small town, and I think that that's why this movie has really related that way. But I also like the lessons. Not everybody got their way. It was about hard work, discipline. Kicked out of practice. Don't come back unless you can keep your mouth shut. Not that hard-nosed coaching is always the answer, but how he took a team that was raw and undisciplined and made them into a championship team, which is not really true of the Milan team, actually, of that 1954 that it's based on. They were actually in the Final Four of Indiana the year before. They were very good. But I just love that story of team. 5 players working together. All the lines from the movie just ring out when you talk about the sport of basketball. So to me, that was really why the movie is so important to me. And and then to have this happen over the weekend is unbelievable.
So
unbelievable.
Pretty memorable trip for you.
Yeah.
As a birthday present?
As an absolutely out of the blue, no reason at all present. So pretty cool. The story is I saw it on a Facebook page a few months, maybe about a month ago. I was in the living room, Anna's in the kitchen. I said, hey, they're doing a 30th anniversary for Hoosiers. That'd be really cool. And she kind of went, okay, and as she said, it kind of got stuck in there, and she did all the work and planned it out, called the people at Hoosier Gym and set it up, and we went.
All right.
Whirlwind trip. And then just real quick, we got to go to Butler Fieldhouse as well, where the finals were played, and we also got to go to where the fictional town of Hickory was, New Richmond, Indiana, which was really neat to see where the town square shots were made. So got to see 3 of the movie sites over the weekend.
Fantastic. And then back at work.
Back at work today. Back in GPAC Central, watching GPAC scores on my phone all weekend long, but having the time of my life.
Good for you, Corey. Good for Ann. Thanks for sharing that story with us. That's neat.
Thank you.